Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we're a couple days removed from the very super duper absolutely cracked balance patch that saw 9 cards get buffed, and we have one like basically new deck out of the whole deal. But it's legit, we got a new deck out there. We'll have a gameplay video on it tomorrow if you want to see more details on it. But yeah, we're gonna go through, there's lots more refinements to decks, and maybe you want something different to play if you want to actually play Hearthstone in this meta. So we'll go through that in both standard and wild, where you can take decks to reasonably expect to climb, whether it's silver, gold, platinum, diamond, or legend. And as always, if you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like, as it helps the channel out a lot. And I will not make you wait. We'll start off straight off with the new deck that, again, it's not the best deck in the meta, but like, it's doing well. It's like over 50%, even at diamond, or sorry, top 1000 legend, but every rank bracket, it's doing well. And that is Egg Warlock with the Egg of Kelos. The 2020 now gets taunt, and you just spam, ways to kill it. Eat the Imp, Corpsicles, Flagrate, Strain Souls, whatever you got. And then you can also have your Eliza to buff it up, but be warned, if you Eliza, your Egg Bearer will not draw your egg if you haven't gotten it already. You can cube it, you can lay over it, you can Umbra it, and then, you can always get a Dissolving Ooze and add 2020 to another egg or another minion on the board. And because the egg has taunt now, or not the egg itself, but the 2020 has taunt, it can't be ignored. So you get to that point against a lot of decks, there's just not much you can do. And the beer is just really, really weird. And one of my worst experiences I've faced on ladder. But again, we'll have a gameplay video on this tomorrow, which was pretty fun. And I went positive with the deck at top 500 legend. And if you have the cards, you want to give something new a try, even though it's a lot of StarCraft cards and, the usual defensive shell for Warlock right now. It's a new deck with new cards, so give it a go if you got it, the cards. And of course, Ziliak's Twin Module, Perfect Module to help you try and stay alive. And yes, still really good card. Anyways, now we're gonna go more on like power level. So the best deck arguably in the game, it's basically down to these three. First being Quest Warlock, where, the quest that's been buffed, actually significantly buffed, and of course also pretty despised already because it gets done very quickly. But yes, you want to play 5 temporary cards, so you really want to find like the Solarium, you want to find the new location, Blood Petal Biome, and tutor your Solarium with Sketch Artist, play all that stuff, and then just summon Fell Beasts or Fell Demons or whatever they're called constantly, and get damage in with like Horizon's Edge, with your Corpsicles. Sometimes you can even pupil out a second quest reward, or just more fuel, right? More damage, more draw, whatever you need. It's one of the best decks out there. Very linear, very repetitive, but absolutely very effective. Leech DK, which is one of my favorite decks in the meta right now, still really solid. Basically, a lot of these decks that run Nerlax, so you could cheat out your Ysera, cheat out a Fyrakk, but you could also, of course, Exarch Maladar and cheat out Giants. You could get your Ziliaks out earlier, and yeah, there's a lot of mana scamming in there. You have the early game, of course, that's always really good. The leeches, the card draw, Elise to copy up stuff, help fight for the board. And this list, I had to throw one in that has Horseman. I love this card. I don't know if it's optimal, but Headless Horseman, I'm going to recommend it. And we do have the new card in here of Reanimated Pterodax, which can also help you cheat out stuff, or, heal, help you stay alive. Really solid deck. And Ziliaks, again, Twin Module, Perfect Module, and a similar style of deck, Fyrakk Rogue, which I'm actually starting to kind of enjoy playing. It's not a good thing. It'd be liking Shadow Step. Oh no. But yes, very similar, right? You got Nerlax, which you can get, your Ysera, your Fyrakk out, but your other mana cheaters, Death Knight only has 1 Maladar. You have 2 Sandbox Scoundrels, plus you have Metal Detector to get coins, so you can get stuff like Ashamain out faster, Fyrakk, Ziliaks again, Twin Module, Perfect Module, and you have mid-game, of course, of like, Creature of Madness or Customs Enforcer, Observer of Mysteries, and very effective deck. Doesn't have a true bad matchup, and is just one of the best all-around decks in the entire game. And of course, it has Shadow Step, it has Prep, and I will rant about that till the end of time, apparently. And then after that, we have Spell Damage Druid, which, again, nothing really new going on here, where a Mirdrassil, still really good at 5 mana, get that going. try and get new heights, cycle through your deck, get Ancient of Yore to gain armor so you don't die, and then murder your opponent in one turn with Alonius. And yeah, very effective. And again, Ziliax, twin module, perfect module. I guess neither of these have ever been nerfed, right? Those are one of the only unnerfed modules, I think, even though it was like nerfed 7 times or whatever. Mech Warrior, really disgusting deck, but unfortunately, really effective where you can cheat out with Chemical Spill your turtle really early, which a lot of decks just cannot deal with, or you have your other mana cheat option with the whole part scrapper, get out an early testing dummy, maybe Cubit, maybe Wreck'em and Deck'em or Boom Wrench. Very scammy, really effective, and can do a ton of damage, especially with Umbra stacking up all those testing dummies. Really gross deck, and different build on the Ziliax Virus module, perfect module. Better to cheat out, better to bring back with Boom. And yeah, really solid deck, very scammy, but we also saw like the Summer Championships, it's pretty good. Quest Warrior, not as good, but for me, a lot more fun. You have the whole Enter the Lost City, so just survive 10 turns, get quest rewards, which could be Time Warp, and the rest is just Terran Warrior, right? Get a big starship, you know, you could copy up that armor piece with the Elise, right? Possibly bring it all back with Jim Raynor, possibly kill your opponent with Exodar, Time Warp, Ziliax again, twin module, perfect module. It's basically Terran Warrior with the quest reward because yeah, sometimes that Time Warp is absolutely necessary, but you might want to mulligan away against the more aggressive decks, which we also saw a good amount at the Summer Championships. Protoss Priest got a new card this set that's been carrying it really hard with Resuscitate, bringing back your Sentries, bringing back your Catch of the Days, your Void Rays, getting your Mothership to be super cheap, and then you can like replay stuff with Sasquatch. Some lists run like Umbra, some lists run the hero card, but this one's doing really well. One of the highest win rates out there. Just try and get your trusty fishing rod, tutor those 1-drops, and you're kind of off to the races. Another really good deck, Aggro Demon Hunter, can really get under some of these more greedy decks with just aggression, with Battle Fiend, with your Sock Puppet Slither Spear, or some decks just can't answer a Mukla, or your Ziliax with the Haywire module, power module. If this doesn't die, it's going to kill your opponent. Like, it's pretty insane. Just can, you know, struggle against the more controlling decks, the armor gain decks. So be aware of that, but very quick, very aggressive deck, and is still trending as one of the better decks in the Hearthstone meta. Beast Hunter in that same line, maybe slightly less good than the Aggro Demon Hunter, but for an aggressive deck, still good. Slam those beasts out, buff them with a Supreme Dinomancy, City Chief Esho, and of course RC Rampage, probably the best card in the deck where you're relatively wide, you just get an insane board presence. It's not dealt with. Yeah, that Dinomancy is going to destroy your opponent. Jungle Gym can help you push a bunch of damage, and cards like Workhorse and Shepherd's Crook help fill the board for those cards. So pretty effective in that regard. Elemental Mage, one of the cheaper decks out there. Again, not top tier by any means, but it's playable. You just, you know, spam elementals. Page Turner can deal a bunch of damage. Solar Flare can deal 0 mana damage, and you can draw a bunch of cards with Blazing Accretion, with the the Conjured Bookkeeper, and like, yeah, super cheap. It's all like commons and rares. I don't even think there's an epic in this deck. So if you're looking for a very budget-friendly deck that can win, this absolutely can win. This deck you cannot go wrong with. If you're looking for more fun and spice in your life, Theo got to like top 50 with Quest Spell Mage. It's still fine, right? Like, you have Yogg in the box to scam, Manufacturing Error to cheat a bunch of mana, Relic of Kings can give you something good, it could screw you, you never know. And, you know, sometimes you get the whole like Whirlpool thing, which can counter like an Egg Warlock, which is pretty popular right now, and good anti-aggro tools like Chalice and Malfunction. Really fun deck, not the most super competitive out there, but you can absolutely climb with it, you can win with it, and I absolutely recommend it. I do think it's really fun. I just can't go, I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to crafting. If you have the cards, give it a shot. And then lastly, this could be a pretty good meta pick right now if you're running into a lot of Egg Warlock, is Nebula Shaman. It's still doing really well, and you can hex the eggs, which just negates their game plan. But overall, play Hagatha, cheat out stuff with your Parrot Sanctuary, Ziliax, of course, twin module, perfect module. You can Shutter Block Fyrakk, which sometimes kills your opponent. Actually, this list doesn't even have Fyrakk. I'd recommend throwing in Fyrakk. I don't know why there's got to be a Fyrakk in here, maybe. Regardless, you could shutter block like Nebula, you could shutter block other things like that, but I feel like you should slot in, I don't know, what would you cut? Living Flame? Maybe cut a Living Flame for Fyrakk, maybe. Anyways, it's a pretty decent meta pick if you're facing a lot of the eggs, right? So definitely a fun deck too, just definitely, again, not on the top end of recommended decks. And then lastly, we do have Wild, you know, Wild the same forever and ever, except we'll have one kind of newer deck recommended. Discard Warlock's probably the best deck in the format, the one you're facing the most. It can just outright win games on like turn 1 with like Cursed Catacombs into like a minion, or just Malchezaar's Imp and just something ridiculous. And then you have like a ton of lethality with like Soul Barrage, Expired Merchant, just really solid, really hard deck to beat, and absolutely one you can get to legend with. Libram Paladin, same deal, really fast deck, particular once you get like your mana cheat going with your Star Slicer and like one attendant, like everything's just like 0, tutors itself, and then you can buff and kill your opponent with a charger like the Chill Blade Champion, like Lanessa and Libram of Divinity. Really solid deck in Wild. Quest EH always seems pretty popular lately. Does pretty well, at least Diamond through Legend, where you just draw a bunch of cards, cheat a bunch of mana, cheat out Wallopers, cheat out Brutes, and the end game you can just draw the rest of your deck, play a Rana out there, and kill your opponent with fatigue damage, in particular with Glaive Tar. So if you're looking for degenerate quest deck, there you go. Big Shaman, always recommended because it's easy to play, very good. You just cheat out Muckmorph, or you play Muckmorph, or you could cheat it out with the weapon, right, the Gavel, or you just Ancestors Call out a big minion, and maybe you win, maybe you don't, but it's going to be fast, and more often than not you're going to win more than you lose. So recommended. And then yeah, the new flavor, and it's pretty good, is Reno XL Boar Warlock. It's pretty silly with the whole, you know, bat mask where you can copy up either old Murkai to do like 49 damage, or copy up, of course, Elwyn Boar, nuke the board, get that weapon, lock your opponent out, and then you just have the regular Reno package in there, right? Symphony of Sins, Sargeras, Reno, all that stuff can win on its own. ETC just runs like a second copy of the Boar combo, and I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It'll probably be my like legend climb next month unless something changes in the meta. It's pretty degen, but at least you get to play some sweet Reno cards. Again, very expensive, don't go out of your way to crafting it or anything like that, but if you do happen to have the cards, absolutely a pretty fun one to go with. So there you go, not a ton of new stuff, but a lot of refinements out there. Egg Warlock, a legitimate deck. Again, we'll have a gameplay video on that tomorrow, so look out for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.